difficult in this political climate right now. So I see a lot of people, their grounding cords are going, yes, and I understand that. And that's why I take a deep breath and go back down. So one of the other questions is about the situation in this country regarding all of the things that are happening. And I did an energy exercise a week and a half ago that was very important about the creating this lightning rod to send all of the horrible negative energies into a black hole to be taken off this planet. I'm not going to go reprise that. Please listen to it because it's much more complex than what I've just said. But one of the things that is important is that you must stay grounded. And whether or not you are aiming for awakening or you're aiming to stop some of the horrors that are going on, it is important for you to stay grounded and centered and open to what is to come next. Now, I also did something several months ago in which I talked about how some parts of our body are in fifth dimension and other parts of our body are definitely stuck in third, and we kind of look like patchwork. So I'd like you to review that as well. So at this point, what I would really like to do is I would like you to just sit here, take a moment and focus on your center. And for most people, their center is their heart. And the reason I use the heart as the center, because that is the place of love, that is the place of openness and healing. So what you need to do is be in this center. Breathe into your center, breathe into your heart, breathe into your, and recognizing that you are here at this place. And then I would like you to move your attention down to your third chakra. We were up in your fourth, but I'm going to ask you to move your attention down to your third chakra. Your third chakra is your power center. And it's really easy to say, I'd like to be in love and I'd like to be in my center. I'd like to be spreading love everywhere to me and to others. And a lot of people, like the person, for example, who asked this question about attaining that awakening, the problem is, and this is why I did the patchwork, is that we tend to cut ourselves off. We tend to be awakening here and up. And this is the heart. But you notice it doesn't get the lower three. And part of what awakening is bringing the energy down into your lower three chakras, which are usually mired in day-to-day, in horror, in survival, and all this other stuff. And it's very, very difficult to get awakening when you want to be out of your body in that glorious moment, and your physical and emotional bodies are dragging you down into this not so wonderful reality. So that's why I'm bringing us down to the third chakra, because the third chakra is your power center. And we don't usually spend a lot of time in our power center doing the right power center stuff. Most meditations are in your fourth chakra, in your love center, opening, feeling love from above, love for each other, love for others. But this time I'd like to stay in the third chakra. And the third chakra because I said, it's the power center. If you have problems locating it, it's right under your diaphragm. It's behind your stomach. So if you're focused on your stomach, you'd be right there. It's really your solar plexus, which is right behind your stomach. That ganglion of nerves that if somebody hits you right there, you're paralyzed for a while because all of your nerves just go. That's your power. And most people, period, do not know how to use their power for right action. Or if they do, they don't do it enough. Or if they're told, you shouldn't be doing this, or, you know, you shouldn't have this. People manipulate from their power center. People cramp their power, or people get angry. And anger is not rage, but anger is the way that people use to clear their power center of all these intrusions. Anger is a really good way to use your power center. No, I'm going to correct that. It's the way that people use to use their power center. It's not a great way, but it's very effective. But I am going to ask you to do something different with your power centers, because what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to feel, most people's power centers are not complete. That means that other folks have put stuff into them to shut you down, because once you're in your own power, you are very dangerous to other people, because that means you don't have to be controlled by other people. You can say and do and feel in yourself. You are powerful. So what I'd like you to do is ask some angels, your higher self, any ascended masters, anyone you'd like to call in to help. Go into your third chakra and root around. Remove any implants, and dear ones, there will be many of them. Just remove any implants that keep you from your power. Remove any cords that other people are using to suck out your power. Remove anything that is blocking you from enjoying your power. You may hear people saying, oh no, if I do that, I'll be uncontrollable. Yes, you will. You'll be uncontrollable to the people who are trying to control you. That doesn't mean you go out and go crazy. It just means you are in your power for the first time. Now, I'm going to say something. As I'm doing this, of course, Arian's doing it as well. And she is getting very, very warm. That's because the power center is an engine. It's your engine of energy. This is where your energy comes from, is in your third chakra. It's pouring through her. She's very hot right now. So that's a really interesting way of realizing, of being aware of what's going on with your power center. This is her expression of it. You might have nothing, you might feel a lot. Doesn't matter. And you need this. Why? Well, how can you possibly get to your awakening? How can you possibly move to the next level if you don't have your engine? You can sit in your car and turn it on, or you can, and you know, it can sort of purr and idle, but if you can't shift into gear and move forward, if you can't put your foot on the gas and the engine responds, you can't move forward. You can't go anywhere. That's what the third chakra is your engine. And dear ones, that's what you need. I haven't mentioned the first question, and that's about someone who's talking about nothing seems to be moving. Well, and she's in a lull. She is. You know, you need your engine. I will come back to this question because this isn't exactly what we're doing here. There's a different answer for that, but let's stick with this engine here. Breathe into the third chakra. Own it. I have this third chakra. This is my energy, and I am taking it. I am going to use it for the things that I need. Let it go. Let it go through you. Let all of these things that are in you that have been there, move them out. Anything that is not you, anything that is from other people. You might get senses, oh, then suddenly think of somebody else. Oh. Those are people, dear ones, who have been in your space. Oftentimes when people manipulate, they do it because they're scared. If you've manipulated other people, it's always from your third chakra, you're taking their energy. You know, it goes both ways. Anything you have taken, anything others have taken from you, you clear yourself out so your third chakra only belongs to you. It might be extremely scary to suddenly own your own power. Take a deep breath, dear ones. This is your power. This is you. And what do you do with your power? What you can do with it is be the engine of your awakening. Call on your power to move yourself forward. Now, I'm going to make this a larger thing here. Somebody else asked about what to do to stop Trump from doing anything to destroy democracy. What he is doing is causing a lot of people like you all to lose your grounding, to feel helpless and powerless. And where does power reside? In the third chakra. So if you are in your third chakra, you are tapping into your power. Can you imagine what happens if 100 million people tapped into their power and said, no, no, no? One of the purposes of people like Trump is to, and all of the Antichrist energy around him, again, refer to that exercise a week and a half ago, is that they wish to keep you ungrounded and powerless. The more that you are grounded and powerful, the more that you can say, I refuse, or I am stopping this, the harder it is for him and his ilk to do what they would like to do, what they plan to do. This is very important. So you're doing two things here. The power center can be used always to move forward in some way, or always to push back, always to say, this is what I choose, this is what I decree, this is what I decide, what I accept and refuse, and these only. So, dear ones, that is what you really need to be doing here. You need to be using your engine to say, I wish to get to the next level. Okay, what do I need to burn out of my system that's keeping me stuck? What do I need to move forward, to say, yes, these are the things that I am ready to do? What can I do with my engine to put up roadblocks for other people, to keep people from moving over me or other folks? This is the kind of thing that you need to do with your engine. So right now, go into your engine, into your third chakra, and say, and ask or say, I'm going to ask you right now, what do you wish to do right now with the energy you have in your third chakra? Or do you wish to burn away old energies, old patterns? Do you wish to create a movement forward? Do you wish to obliterate some of the craziness that's on the planet? What do you wish right now? What does your higher self wish to do with this energy that is now available to you? Do you wish to strengthen your grounding cord? Do you wish to vibrate out into the world this enormous energy of change for yourself, for everyone else? What do you wish? And you may or may not have any answer right now. It may come to you over the next few days. In your meditations, take time to pay attention to your engine and keep asking that question. And I'm going to go to the question about the woman who asked the question about the lull. When you are in a lull, and you can't seem to move forward in any direction, that is saying that you haven't hit the right thing yet at the right time. You may indeed have one of these things be right, but if you do it now, nothing's going to happen. So what you need to keep doing at this point, dear one, is saying, I'm here, I'm ready, show me my next step. And demand it, decree it, keep saying, show me my next step. Manifest it for me. Show me my next step, manifest it for me. That's an affirmation, and say it, decree it. Because when you do that, it's clearing out all the stuff in the way. Because right now, dear one, you have a lot of stuff that seems to, I see it as all hanging. There's just a lot of stuff. It's sort of about a foot off the ground, and it's running around like little tails, things are hanging off of it. And there's not a lot of movement. You need to clear all that out. It's all this stuff that's keeping you ungrounded. So stay grounded, clear it out. Literally do just what I'm doing with Arian's hands, moving all of this stuff out of the way. Clearing it out, releasing it, letting it all go, and then decreeing, keeping that decrees, and then let your engine run. So everybody, this is an engine. This particular channeling of obviously was something I didn't plan on, and I never do until I'm here. But this one is on your third chakra engine. It's usually neglected for a lot of reasons, because anger, which is what comes out of it most of the time, is a very uncomfortable emotion. This time you need to go in, embrace all of your power. You don't have to be angry. If you can, that maybe you have a reason to be angry. But everything, the other thing that's really important is, for those of you who wish to short-circuit Trump and his ilk, because I will say this, a lot of what is happening in Washington isn't Trump, it's the people behind him. He's an idiot, but you look at him and he's very shallow, and he speaks before he thinks. He can't really think, he just blows it off. And he's very wily and cunning, and that's very dangerous, because people who are cunning, they can manage to slip around and do a lot of things. But the real damage is being done by people behind the scenes. So he's kind of he's kind of, what's the word? Everything's focused on him, and nobody's paying attention to the other folks. So what you need to do is start focusing on all the people around him, people behind the scenes who are causing all of this upset, who are causing all of this chaos and commotion, and start binding them. Put them in cords, in golden cords of restriction, so they can't do what they're doing. Remember, Trump is catching all of the stuff, the fire, the energy, the attention. He likes that. But he's not the one who's doing all the rest. So grab those people. Go after them. Okay, now take some deep breaths. We've been talking about some very intense things right now. heavy. A lot of this is very hard. So, the image that keeps coming up when I talk about surrounding these people with ropes is like Wonder Woman and her rope of her lasso of truth. Well, this isn't be a lasso of truth. This is a lasso of restriction. Once you got them like this, they can't move. And then bring those lassos down into the center of the earth to tie them down. And if you are really ambitious, you can have another lasso to pull all these horrible, nasty, inhumane ideas and thoughts and take them through those lightning rods into the void. Okay, dear ones, let's take a deep breath and let's bring the white Christ to light. I had you run it, keep running it because you needed to, and just now focus on it running all through you, all over you, everywhere. And then when you're ready, close your hands, and we're done. And thank you.